Morning and welcome to this short video about paving. This is the last bit of paving that we need to do in the garden, so I thought I'd just show you the method that I'm using for this particular type. There's a few things to consider when you're planning, and like many things in life, planning is probably the most important thing of all. It stops you making mistakes. You can measure out on paper, or if it's a small area you could just lay your paving out to get a rough idea of where it's going. For this one I'm just going to stagger it out here a bit for a bit of interest. So then we can mark out, give yourself a couple of inches of extra room. You can always fill that in afterwards. And then we'll go to there. So that's given me my rough outline there. The other important thing is to know what your levels are. I've got this piece of board's really good. I've had it for years. It's nice and straight. You can look along it to check that. So because I'm following on from this bit of paving, I can tell where I want to end up. Which is about the height of this soil here, so that's got to be dug out. Now you need to dig out the right amount, of course. Partly depends on what you're putting underneath and what you're using it for. This is just for walking, so it doesn't look that deep. So I tend to put a peg in, so we'll drive that in so that the top is the level of the finished patio. And the little tip is you can mark on here the different levels that we need. So this paving, that's about 25mm deep, that's an inch, so just going to mark that on there. And then underneath the paving there'll be a kind of a bedding layer of mortar, which we'll come to in a minute. So in this instance that's going to be another 25mm. Otherwise I'll be mixing here all day. And then under that you need some kind of sub base, which could be hardcore. I've got a load of old hardcore I'm going to bash up. You can buy MOT, crushed stone, that kind of thing. So that needs to be a bit thicker, and it just so I'm going to make that probably 50mm for this instance. Obviously if you're going to drive cars over it for a drive, you need thicker paving, probably thicker sub base, just to make sure that's all going to be adequate. So that's for different layers. So that's the amount we need to dig out. So I'm just going to drive this in to level up with the bottom of this plank. So you can keep checking. That's too high. Right, so that's the finished level there. Now all we've got to do is to dig that out nice and consistently. You do need to make sure you've got plenty of fall. You don't want puddles. You can see, as we dig down, those layers are revealed, and it just tells us where we're working to. So I'm going to get this all dug out and ready for the next stage. I prefer using a shovel rather than a spade. Shovels have got this flat bottom edge, because what you don't want to do is to dig out too much and have to put more stuff back in. So you can dig it in, and just go along so it's horizontal, and just skim out as much as you need. Right, well that's nearly done. Just going to check the levels now. So I've got the peg here with the marks. We're down to the bottom one there. What we can do now is just to check that the depth is consistent all the way along, so it should be 100 mil, 4 inches. That's 100 mil there. Okay, so we're nearly done. The hardcore's in. As I said, this is just a bit of old rubbish that we've got lying around. I'm going to break up some of these bigger pieces just to make it consistent. Just keep an eye on the level here as well. I don't really want to go above that. Now it does need to be quite compact, so you can bash it with a hammer, it's just a small area, or sort of tamp it down in some way. Different aggregates will compact better, so you may be able to just use your boots to squish it in. But I'm going to use this whacker plank. It's really good if you've got a big area. You can hire one for not a lot, and it does a great job. Right, so now we come to the laying part, which is probably the most exciting. And one thing to bear in mind is you don't want to pave yourself into a corner. So if I started paving here, when I got to the back, I run out of space. So I'm going to run off this flag and pave up here and then work that way. We've got our level peg is still in. And we're going to use the board. You can use a bit of string, but I like the board because it's stiff, it's not going to go anywhere. So that's where our paving needs to go. So I'll put some of our mix in. This is a lean mix. So basically it's coarse sand. I'm using this sort of slate waste. It's called grano. But anything that's quite gritty, I've got a bit of substance to it. But it's not concrete. And it's lean because it's not as strong as mortar. It's probably maybe 8 at the most, or maybe 10 to 1. Just enough to bind it all together. And it's, I suppose you'd call this soft cheese consistency. It's not too wet, but not too dry either. So I'm just going to spread a bed in there. It doesn't have to be dead smooth, but just need to be able to see where you're going. A little bit trial and error, and that's not a problem. So roughly on the footprint, this slab. I can always check with a board. That's going to be about right. It's not an exact science. A little bit of trial and error doesn't go to miss. You don't want a big hollow in the middle either, so just fairly flat. You can use a rake if you like. And if you're butting up against this, I'm just going to push it against there fairly hard. Okay, so that's our starting point. Now that needs tamping in. The best thing for that is this is a paving maul. You can hire them as well. But if you haven't got that, just a piece of wood and a lump hammer, so a heavy hammer, will probably do just as well. But if you class it with a hammer, it's going to break. So, I prefer these because it's a good cushion on it. You need to get that level with that. Now it's a mistake to just kind of hit in the corners because it'll tip it up and then it'll be completely wonky. So we can just check with our level board. So it's a little bit high top here, but it's looking good. Now you can usually feel if it's wobbly. That's pretty good. Yep, so I'm happy with that, it's going in the right way. So I'm going to put the next one here, work towards the back, and then I can fill that in because we can just join up to what's there. Right, so we've nearly finished the second row here. When we get to the peg, which has been really useful, helping us to level up, you can see it's getting there. Easiest thing to do is just to beat it into the ground. It's quite small, it'll rot away, and it won't affect the paving. That's it, yeah, we'll get this next one in, another couple here, and we're done. Right, well it's the next day, and the paving's sort of set fairly well. I wouldn't do a barn dance on it, but it's okay if you're standing in the middle of the flags. Just brushing a bit of dried sand into the cracks. This is the sort of non-pointing method. I'll have to do another one if you want to point the cracks. But it's all ready and it's all done. I'm very pleased. Touched up the edges with soil. It's just one thing for it. That's better. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and there will be more videos soon.